Good morning, students. Today we'll be learning about profit and loss. That is your chapter 13. Alright, so before we learn about profit and loss, we should try to understand what is cost price and selling price. So if you look at the first point here, cost price. Cost price is the price that a shopkeeper spent to buy goods at a wholesale price. So we know that shopkeepers sell us things at a price and he makes a profit out of it. Alright, so for example, if he sells us a sweet for rupees 1, for maybe he's buying it at a wholesale price for 50 pies, just an example, okay. Or maybe if he's selling us a biscuit for rupees 20, maybe he's buying the biscuit for rupees 18 at a wholesale price. So this wholesale price is called the cost price, okay, and it includes the cost of goods and overhead charges. So what are overhead charges? Overhead charges are the charges that are spent for repairing, transportation, and all those things, okay. So cost price is the cost of goods plus overhead charges, and in short form we write it as CP. Okay, cost price in short form we write it as CP. Now if you look at the second point, that is selling price. Selling price is the price at which a good is sold. It is also written as SP. Okay, so here, not to get confused, good, here also goods. Here goods and good means the things which are bought and sold, okay. Here goods means the objects or the things that are bought and sold, okay. So selling price is the price at which a object is sold, okay. It is also written as SP. Selling price is written as SP. Okay, so now for example, if I buy a shoe for rupees 500 and then I sell it for rupees 600, here the cost price is less, right? I bought a shoe for rupees 500 and I'm selling it for 600, so the selling price is more. So here I'm making a profit, okay. So here when the selling price is more, all right, when the selling price is more than the cost price, then we call it as profit. Just like in the example that I said just now, if I buy a shoe for rupees 500, that is cost price. Cost price is 500 and I'm selling the shoe for rupees 600, that is selling price. So here in this example, selling price is more, right? So that means I'm making a profit. So profit you find out by this formula, selling price minus cost price. So in the example that I said, what is the selling price? The selling price is 600 and I bought the shoe for how much? 500, that is the cost price. So 600 minus 500 is 100, so I'm making a profit of rupees 100, right? Okay, so now what is loss? When the selling price is less than the cost price, we call it as loss. I'm reading it once again. When the selling price is less than the cost price, we call it as loss. Loss formula CP minus SP. For example, just like in the previous one, if I buy a pair of shoes for rupees 500 and I sell it for rupees 400, am I making a profit or loss? I'm suffering a loss, okay, because I bought the pair of shoes for 500 rupees and now I'm selling it for 400, so that means I'm suffering a loss. All right, now let us look at the example one here. A grocer buys a sack of rice. Grocer means itu dukandar, na? The dukandar buys a sack of rice for rupees 840. He buys it for 840 and was able to sell it for rupees 820. Find the grocer's profit or loss. So from the question itself we know if the grocer made a profit or loss. See, he bought it for 840 and sold it for 820, so we automatically know that it is a loss because he is selling it for less, right? So we will write in the solution CP means cost price, that is 840, and SP, that is selling price. He sold it for how much? Rupees 820. So since SP is less than CP, it is a loss. So loss equal to CP minus SP, that is 840 minus 820. So the loss he is suffering is rupees 20. So in the last line we will write the grocer had a loss of rupees 20. Alright. Okay, so now let us look at example 2. Mohit bought a used radio for rupees 275 and spent rupees 82 on repairing. So on repairing means this is overhead charge. Okay, after repairs it was sold to Amit for rupees 410. Find the profit made or loss suffered by Mohit. So here we will write in the solution cost of radio. Cost of radio, that is Mohan bought a radio for rupees 275. This is the cost. So rupees 275 written here, but there were some overhead charges, right? He spent rupees 82 on repairing, so this is overhead charges, so that is rupees 82. And we have learned in the first page that CP is equal to cost of product plus overhead charges. So the real CP is 275 plus 82, which comes up to rupees 357. And the selling price, how much was it? Amit, he sold it to Amit for rupees 410. So we write SP is rupees 410. Now since the selling price is more, so it is profit or loss? When selling price is more, it is profit. So since SP is more than CP, profit is equal to SP minus CP, that is 410 minus 357, and we get the profit as rupees 53. So in the last line we will write Mohit made a profit of rupees 53. Alright, so these are the different cases of how you find out the profit or loss. Alright, so we will be discussing further in our Zoom classes, and after watching this video you can prepare with your questions and doubts so that we can clear it all in our Zoom classes. Alright, so this will be it for today. See you in the next class.